Hello friends, I am Kanchan from Edify and you are welcome to our series of linguistic skill. Now when we are talking about linguistic, generally it is said that linguistic skill is like individual, a person or a group of person can express their thoughts and they can people understand. Generally, what it said is a linguistic skill is uh, reading, writing, listening, speaking. So all these are skills which need to be mastered. And when we are talking about human race, I think that is one thing which is irresponsible for development of human race. Today we have a very wonderful personality, Sitesh Srivastava, who has a deep in corporate training, and apart of this he is a multilingual personality because he can speak Bangla, he can speak in English, and also he can speak in Japanese. So without wasting any moment, I would like to call upon Sitesh Srivastava. So welcome to the show Sitesh, for this linguistic.
Thank you, Kanchan. Thank you, Kanchan, for this wonderful introduction. I am just a very small fry in the field of linguistics. I love languages. I love trying to find out the inner meanings of the language, and because that is one way to understand what is being conveyed. And we both are from the same radio industry, and therefore we understand. When we talk to listeners all across the world, we understand how our voice, speech, semantics, syntax, phonology, phonetics, pragmatics, everything, how it will reach to the people, to the listeners. I think we understand, and we really trying to make other people understand the value of the speech. And what do you say?
Yes, I think it is very, very essential to have a full control on language, whatever language you speak. And I feel no languages are inferior to any other language. And I think
Right.
in couple of areas there is always a language war. Somebody says, okay, I want to speak only Tamil, not Hindi. So I think it is a baseless argument because all these languages are, I feel, invention. And now I would like to ask how to improve a linguistic skill, and when shall we start improving our expressive skills?
So, Kanchan, linguistics is something that comes to us naturally without the word linguistic. In Hindi, we call it Bhasha Shastra, uh, about the language. There are different attempts in our Indian languages and international languages, of course, to promote not only the written word but also the spoken word. In India, if we see in the North India, Hindi Divas, Raj Bhasha Hindi. I have seen in the banks it is written, at least use one day communicating and writing in Hindi, and therefore it is important for a national character to develop if we value our own languages. And I told you, in Japan, it is all about Japanese. It really does not matter our credentials, our credibilities, our prodigy behavior, knowledge, if we don't speak the Japanese language. And that is what makes a national character. And therefore, the study of the phonetics, phonology, when I say morphology, which means formation of words, semantics is study of the meaning, phonetics is the physical aspects of the language, phonology is the cognitive aspects, pragmatics is the study of language use, when to use it, when not to use it. And in today's world, Kanchan, it is more and more important when we hear our youngsters or our children talking, and then we realize, oh my God, how much deviation has happened from what we used to speak, from what Even if I must say, Kanchan, if Shakespeare would have been alive today, he would have to go for lessons. What do you say?
Yeah, I feel things have little further. Children are not taking languages very seriously because they mix up so many words in Hindi and English if they are speaking. But I think that time has come when we are into digitization, so we should stress on language development, because then language development is also a aspect of cultural behavior, which is very, very essential. Suppose if we are speaking Hindi, so when we are speaking Hindi, so the way we speak, the manner it is being spoken and put forward the ideas by individual. So that also reflects from where that individual has come. Now, I would like to know, let's start with the listening. Suppose we are talking about the listening skill. So how to really make people understand that listening is a very, very essential part of language learning or linguistic skill.
Kanchan, in the digital world, more and more we are seeing that when you try to show something on your mobile phone to someone in the friend circle or the family, the other family member is also on their mobile phone. At the same time, the attention of listening is very less. At the same time, television is also blurting out. At the same time, probably in some another room of the same house, Alexa is playing some song of somebody else. That means in the same house of a family of only 3 to 4 people, at least 5 different spoken word or media is being played out, and therefore the listening attention span is very, very less. While we say, let me show this to you, other person without listening is eager to show something the other person has just seen. And therefore, it is very important to actually find out the space to listen and give other person also the space to speak, because we are not having one-on-one conversation. If we see today, even in one-on-one conversation, we are looking in our mobile phones or watching the television. Thus, a disturbing trend I have seen, Kanchan, that while children are doing their online studies on a computer screen, next to them is a mobile phone or a tablet where some other conversation is already happening. Now, just to think about it, whether the student is able to hear or listen to what the teacher is saying online versus the focus is on the tablet where probably a chat or conversation or a game is happening. So listening is something which is being diluted, and we are not understanding it. We are listening to respond rather than listening to understand. And that is what is actually troubling me. What will happen? These youngsters or kids going out to the professional field, and then the listening part will annoy their workers, colleagues, the bosses. Then how do you make one-on-one listening as an attentive listening? So rather than, I would say, let's change the word. One-on-one listening should be attentive listening. What do you say?
I feel that listening is the essential part, as I mentioned earlier. So I think from very early age, listening has to be part of the curriculum, and they should have exercises not only in school but in homework also. So children should come and parents should also concentrate on listening, because the more you put this skill in the children, the more they will be vigilant, the more they'll get more in knowledge, because they will listen. So for that, I think it should start with maybe music, and from the early age, And when the stage is gone, then we should also ask a young child to listen to plays or radio, or skits on the plays, or maybe speeches on radio, or on television. It becomes a bit different, because there's visual also involved. But when we are we are discussing about the speaking or listening. So first part is listening, and then comes the speaking. If you are a good listener, then you eventually become a good speaker also.
That's so true. That's so true, especially in the when we work outside of our geographical boundaries, when we work outside India, or we work in different parts of India where the language is totally different. It is the listening that makes us aware about the special nuances, not just about what is being said, but how it is being said, in what context it is being said. And it is more and more important to practice it, realize it when we are going to work outside our country. I mean, many people don't realize, Kanchan, that when we speak English, almost 40% of the spoken English is having its roots in the French language. But we just don't realize it. The way we don't realize, while we speak Hindi, we use a lot of Urdu, and probably vice versa. So it is important for us to listen, and listen carefully. Sometimes we keep saying conscious listening or unconscious listening. So I think listening has to be a practice. When you said about music, Kanchan, see, music has two aspects. One is the spoken word, and the another is the tune. Sometimes in nowadays, we are more attracted to the tune rather than the words. But when we go back to the old days, especially in the movie sector, Bollywood sector, in the olden days, the written word was the primary thing, written and spoken word, and the tune was the secondary. Now it has completely become opposite. So, you know what? I think there are only very few colleges in India who talk about the linguistics. I think India is a great ground for learning linguistics. And on an international scale, it is important to study English and separate it from French. Try to speak English where no French is being used. Try to speak English where no German is being used. And therefore, when you go to France, Kanchan, there is an attempt by the French people not to use the English words or English semantics in the spoken French. Similar is in Germany as well. So the whole point that you made, and I appreciate it, that no language is inferior to other, but a language which has been developed in that particular geography, in that particular community, is the best candidate to explain the culture and the traditions and the conventions and the productivity and rest everything. We should respect it. Everyone should be respecting it. And in our Indian curriculum, I think schools have a great responsibility towards teaching linguistics.
Yes, I think, and that starts when we are talking about listening. So I think it starts with the informational listening, where there's a lot of concentration of young minds is being diverted. Then we can also go critical listening, where there is analysis of what is being spoken, and there's empathetic listening. So these parameters of listening has to be developed from very young age. And eventually, I think if you see the curriculum of very early classes, I think there are no written curriculum is there, only listening curriculum is there, like for alphabets, children repeat. So I think it should also be extended to other higher classes of primary, so that the children should become more aware about the language, and they start handling the listening part of it. So if this happens, then what will happen that if children are in higher grades, they are more, you'll find more listeners. And then when they speak, I think that will be more, uh, the speech or the speaking or the talk is more full of content. What do you say?
Correct. So there is, for a reason, Kanchan, we have two apparatus for listening and one apparatus for speaking. And this aspect has to be understood, practiced, drilled, and there are numerous examples in our modern life with the great thinkers that we had, the great scientists, the great preachers that we had. I mean, I always remember, Kanchan, when Swami Vivekananda was still a teenage boy, and he was going and finding a guru, trying to find a guru, and always the question was, have you seen God? And the day he met Swami Ramakrishna Paramhansa, he heard him. He listened to this man called Swami Ramakrishna Paramhansa, and that listening drilled down into his heart. And then we got Swami Vivekananda that we all are proud about today. So in our culture, listening, which is also Shravan Shakti, we call it Shravan Shakti. It is very, very important to, first of all, to the listening part. So as I told you today, in the house, when in a family, when we speak, we really find that people do not listen because they all are busy listening something else.
I think they are also very busy in speaking rather than listening.
Exactly. So it is a challenge. Probably communicators like me and you have to raise our argument rather than our loudness. What do you say?
Yes, definitely. So it was, we have touched this one of the factor of linguistic skill, and we'll be discussing tomorrow about speaking and what are the features where we can improve our speaking skill also. So it was wonderful talking to you, Sitesh, and we'll meet tomorrow again and take this subject further, which is a very, very important subject. And I think that whole human development depends on linguistic skill, isn't it?
Exactly, Kanchan. And I was just telling my kids, day before yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke in United Nations in chaste Hindi. He spoke in chaste Hindi. I mean, this is probably a second example after Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee spoke in 1975 or 77 in the United Nations General Assembly.
Right.
And the message was so clear, so crisp. And there is for a reason that people listen to the Man Ki Baat from the attentiveness that it has garnered.
Right.
So I think it's an important subject. Let's keep discussing it. We are from the same industry. We have a responsibility on our shoulders, Kanchan.
So it was nice talking to you. We'll see you tomorrow and discuss further about this linguistic skill. Thank you so much, Sitesh. And
Thank you.
Till next time, goodbye. Take care.